What up, world? It's Radioactive Podcast. It's your host, Ace Boogie, and we got some special guests with us today. Gentlemen, y'all ready? It's live now, so now y'all can share it if y'all wanted to. Grab it and share it off. But introduce yourselves.
What's good, man? You already know what it is. You feel me? My name is HighStrung. You know what I mean? I'm here to introduce Fly Zone, my clothing line.
What's going on, man? It's Calvin, San Antonio's very own, aka Who Can CalCan. We here to discuss the brands.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get started with you guys, we're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk to the people real quick. We got a shout out. So actually this Veterans Day, Blessed Angels Community Center is in need of volunteers for the annual Thanksgiving basket of groceries giveaway. This event will be held at 14078 Nacogdoches Road. For more information on volunteering, please call 210-284-4391. I also want to give a shout out to sponsors, Pass That Apparel, located on 2406 East Houston Street. Also, y'all hit up Mr. Randall Tripp, you know what I'm saying, with Madhouse Customs. Both of these guys can get you anything printed, pretty much on anything. But anyway, back to it, guys. So, Calvin, I know you're from San Antonio, correct?
Yeah.
And you, sir?
I'm originally from Killeen, Texas.
Originally
I lived all over
from Killeen.
Yeah.
So why San Antonio?
You know what I'm saying? For me, it was just a bigger city. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A bigger market.
Okay.
Yeah, so
did you feel like I took over Killeen? It's time to go somewhere else?
yeah, and I was getting in a lot of trouble when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Growing up and stuff, because Killeen is just like a small town, so everybody knows that when you live in a small town, it ain't much for us to do. We find something to do, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to it, like my father was military, but a lot of people, I guess, associate the military brats with. My life was a little bit different than the average military brat, but yeah, man, Killeen for me, I call it home though, because you know, we consider home where we got our first everything, our first ride, you know, our first time falling in love with a girl, first time we maybe got in a fight, whatever it is you did as your first time as a kid, we consider that, you know, high school experience. So Killeen was that for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
why you say it was different? Like,
it was just different because I think a lot of kids that you know, that live a military life, which I've experienced, like, you know, they typically they're sheltered from a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a great thing. Like, I think the experience for me, like, I was born in Germany. I was born in Nuremberg, Germany. You know what I'm saying? So, and most of my elementary school years I was in Germany. So, you know what I'm saying? My first language, though I'm American, was German, because all my friends spoke German. You know what I mean? So that was dope. You know what I mean? But it was just different for me because I moved with my grandmother. I moved with, you know, I was exposed to things like things that the other kids wasn't exposed to. Like my grandmother lived in the hood in Little Rock, Arkansas. Her house, I don't know if y'all ever seen, it's like an old 90s show, but it's a show it used to be on called HBO called Gang Banging in Little Rock. Her house was shown on the beginning of that song when the show came on. Remember that song that everybody knows as cops, bad boys used to now, like what you like that a part of that area where they used to show, even on that show, her house would be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I grew up within that neighborhood. Hey,
did they pay her for that? Did she get paid for that?
Nah. I don't even think she cared. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like Little Rock, Arkansas, like some of what I've experienced, because we even lived in like Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and like what I was telling people, I laugh with my friends because a lot of my friends are from Brooklyn, New York, or they from like, you know, Texas, San Antonio. And I like even the East Side, we talk about things. And I was telling them, like, y'all want to know like where the craziest hoods are, is like the countryest places you could think of, like Lawton, Oklahoma, like Little Rock, Arkansas, like these places where you think, I can just go there and run the city. It's the most weirdest spots that you could think of that be like, you be exposed to the most stuff and you like, this is crazy. Because when I was in, say, New York, I didn't experience any of this, but I experienced all of that. I learned probably like street mentality from Oklahoma, of all places. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just different.
Mr. Calvin.
Yeah, what's going on?
So being that you're from San Antonio, I mean, your family has a little history in San Antonio as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So my great grandparents, Bellinger, Charles Bellinger, we own the Bellinger's moving service for about now like 50 years. my great grandparents was like the first black millionaire on the east side. He was involved in like gambling at first, like doing like just having a whole gamble spot, clubs and stuff like that. And he used to be like a booster and stuff. But he used basically was the first black millionaire on the east side. Started the Omega Psi Phi chapter in San Antonio.
Oh, where? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So a lot of rich history. Then my family, of course, took over, had entrepreneurial spirits. My mom, uncle, auntie, all Bellinger last name. They took over the moving business from my grandparents that they've been having. And then after that, it was just, I didn't have the last name, of course, because my mom married. But, that's why I'm trying to like filter my own legacy with my last name. So,
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, facts.
For real. Well, since today's topic pretty much is about fashion and your brands, I definitely want to start off by saying, what does fashion mean to you guys? Let's go ahead and start what you said.
Fashion is the culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think that like what you wear almost defines who you are. You know what I mean? Like the way somebody low key, you could be judged off of what you wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny how that works.
They even have sayings for it that we all heard that if you dress for the job you want, not for the job you have, like stuff like that. So, growing up, my biggest thing, I don't know what it was, maybe is watching Marvel or whatever, but I always wanted to be a part of something. I always wanted to, and I think that clothing, like my clothing brand, for instance, Fly Zone means being fly in your own zone. I think that we live in a world where confidence needs to be built. You know what I'm saying? And it just means being fly in your own zone. It means no matter how you wear it, I may not wear it how you wear it when you bought it, but how you wear it and how you represent yourself, that's how you being fly in your own zone. You're not worried about what this person is doing or why they wearing it the way they wearing it. I see some people wear the same type of Jordans but they wear them with different outfits. And you may not even like those Jordans at first, but you see the way that this person is rocking it with a certain outfit, and you be like, yo, like I could make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I never liked the Jordan 12s, and I seen somebody kill it with an outfit one time and was like, nah, I love the Jordan 12s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's just stuff like that. Like, and it's a part of the culture. Like I feel like that, the things that I wear, I feel like that it really defines you. I feel like that we wear a lot of stuff sometimes and we don't know what it means. Like I asked the kid, I do like these school segments where I go into schools and I talk to the kids and stuff. And one of the kids, I asked him, he said he had on a Louis everything, Louis, all types of different. That's the weird thing about these kids today. They will rock all the latest exclusives, even though they different and don't match. But it's all exclusive, so nobody gonna make fun of them. You know what I'm saying? So this kid had on Louis everything, didn't really match, but I know the difference. So I was like,
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do.
So I was like, yo, like you, I see you. Like, I was like, but why do you rock Louis? He's like, what you mean? He's like, why do you rock it? Like, what's the purpose? Like, what does it mean? What does Louis mean? Like, I don't know. I just seen my favorite rapper rocking it. And he told me, and to me, it's like, it's got to be some type of meaning behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff could mean something horrible, and we rocking it because somebody said. But it's like with at least Fly Zone, I feel like you know what you putting it on for. You know what I'm saying? You know the meaning behind it, and I think that that's what fashion means to me. That it needs to lean toward it meaning something. And I think that fashion truly is the culture. Like we truly judge people and we truly move a certain way. We dress a certain way, you know what I'm saying, for certain reasons. Yes, you know what I mean? So.
Okay. Pose same question.
I mean, I think fashion is really just like he said at the first, like in his first couple of sentences, it's like a personal statement. It's really a sole purpose of who you are, a statement of who you are, a way to express yourself as a person, depending on what you do, how you do it. Like he was speaking on his brand and stuff like that. I believe anybody we're now in a generation where things that you do wear just defines who you are. Like you know what I'm saying? So, when you get into these brands that are now having these disputes where they're being racial or having racial slurs, etc. It defines what you're wearing. So if you subscribe to that, you know what I'm saying, that defines like, that they're promoting X, Y, and Z, but you still decide to rock it. That's defining a personal statement. Kanye West rocking the Donald Trump hat, etc. Like he's making a statement,
Mm-hmm.
about his own beliefs, what he feels. So I definitely think fashion is ultimately just like a personal statement of what you like to rock.
I got a question for y'all. So what's more important, having that swag or the clothes that you're actually wearing?
I think it goes hand in hand.
Right.
I think that swag is just being cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Swag doesn't really have it's not definite. You know what I mean? You could not dress dope at all, but have your own swag. You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's why I feel like the swag brings out, and since sometimes it brings out the clothing, because two people can wear the same thing, but the confidence he has when he's wearing it, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not about the clothes rock. It's about who's rocking.
Because
matter of fact, I don't know if everybody's seen the movie Dope, bro.
Yeah, Dope. Yeah.
One of the realest lines in this movie was where my man was about to. He was telling the difference between the Louis bags.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he put both Louis bags on the table and was just like, do you know which one's real? And he was like, nah, like they both look the same. And he basically said it's not, people are gonna think it's fake by the person that's wearing it.
Yeah.
Right. So LeBron James could wear this same fake Louis purse or whatever it was, and you won't question that man at any point and just be like, oh, he wearing some off the wall, Louis stuff. You're gonna just assume that it's real.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not always about like who's like what you're rocking. It's like who's really rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean by that, then that's kind of where it filters on through other communities, etc. Like things that people like to wear and stuff.
Okay.
So.
All right. So tell me a little bit about your brand and what your brand offers.
Okay. So San Antonio's very own. I mean, I guess I'll do a little insight like my man right here. Started this like 4 years ago. It started with a mindset. I wanted to have the dopest event in San Antonio. And I wanted to be called San Antonio's very own weekend. Kind of like what Houston does when they have like a weekend where like all the stars come out. They do like multiple events and they have stars, NBA stars, NFL superstars, etc. Come out during the weekend and they just have several events for the community, etc. and then go back home.
Right.
So I wanted to have an event called San Antonio's very own weekend. I'm very creative, very, I guess you would say fashion forward in terms of very own, and my business partner, Key. And then, man, I'm walking in the mall. I just had it on for a whole day. And I promise you, no lie, I probably got at least like 12 compliments about just like, bro, where'd you get that shirt? Where did you get that? Can I get more? And then I just went and told my partner, I'm like, bro, I don't know. We might need to make this a brand. Went and got an LLC, trademark, patent, the whole nine. And then I just started, I'm big on preparation. So I knew I had something that was dope. So my main objective was making sure I did it right. Because a lot of people start stuff and have a great idea and they don't do it or prepare right. So then they ultimately fall, right? Because they so excited and so like energized about getting it done that they forget to do these certain steps. So for example, if I would have walked outside, somebody would have liked my brand with more money than I had and bought the LLC, patent and all that stuff like that, I would have failed ultimately because I wasn't prepared. Got the brand started. And through that, we actually had a commercial. Thanks to my best friend, Laurent, we did a commercial in San Antonio and the commercial had went viral. And it had been seen like over like 500,000 times in a matter of like 2 months. And then after that, we got on the news. We got on the news twice. Kids 5, WOAI, like your top little San Antonio news spots. And then we had a fashion show.
I remember that.
The show was like all about my brand. And then after that, I started just being more creative with the things I wanted to do. And I use my brand as like a platform of the things I want to actually implement throughout the city of San Antonio. So through my brand, we offer scholarships, we do events. I've created several very own brands. So my college, the college that I went to, Houston Tillotson, I created a Houston Tillotson's very own. And through Houston Tillotson's very own, I want to do an HBCU initiative. So, for example, I created Sam Houston's very own. I work with the high school, and I say, hey, look, you let us post up, do shirts for do your football games, basketball games, etc., and we'll create a scholarship through the money that we make from Sam Houston's very own. And through that scholarship, if a student said, I want to go to HBCU, we'll say, all right, cool. If you want to go to Houston-Tillotson, you'll get the Houston-Tillison's very own scholarship, and together collectively, you got Sam Houston's very own, San Antonio's very own, Houston-Tillison's very own scholarship, in a total of like $1,500 per semester. So we offer a lot of things like that. I just got a lot of ideas that I'm trying to filter out, but my main objective is making sure I do everything the right way. I don't want to feel like I'm doing something and then have to recorrect myself because I could have just been patient. As long as you got something dope, just be patient. You know what I'm saying? And work on it, and then filter it out the right way so you don't have to retrack your steps.
Sounds like education is important to you.
Oh yeah, facts. I think the more paper you get, the more paper you have to get, like the more paper you can get. So the more degrees or more scholarships, etc., the more paper you get, the more paper you'll be able to get.
And what if your daughter decides she doesn't want to go to college?
If she don't want to go to college, we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Uh-oh.
Because it's a lot, bro. The thing is, a lot of people that don't believe in college, there's not a lot of Steve Jobs, bro.
Okay.
There's not a lot of Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of people that really can foster that grind. Bro, these men had grind, bro. If you watch any movie, any documentary, you read any books, these men have some off-the-wall grind that a lot of people just don't have. And what separates you from the person that's running against you trying to get a degree is that they have a degree. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, if you don't have a degree, but you think you're going to be a millionaire in a matter of 5 to 10 years, show me a Bill Gates grind, bro. And it's not a lot of people that's built that way, and that's just the truth. Okay. But I will have a conversation with my daughter. She said, hey,
it's gonna be one of them stern ones, like,
hey, I'm gonna hit it with one and say, look, if you don't go to college, you got my house. Yeah, for real, yeah.
Okay. Explain again a little bit more about your brand as well, sir.
Well, see, my brand started because I do music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just when I moved here, man, I was just grinding all the time. You know what I'm saying? I literally was grinding all the time. I was in every club. I was meeting people like T Crazy, who I got with me today. He was part of a group called the Army 15-5. And a lot of people like, I was running into, at the time when I got here, it was nothing but 15-5, the Army. I think Fade Dog, Question, and Kylie as far as a local scene. Now they got everybody. You know what I'm saying? But back then it wasn't like that. So, you know what I mean? And I had a label at the time called Tight Eyes ENT, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out. I ended up going to court, which is where I met around the time when I met them, which is Lisa's now my manager, but back then she was my hip hop dancer that I had in the background. I went to court because there was a crumper named Tight Eyes who started this whole dance. So his people contacted me and took me to court and was gonna actually
Is it Tight Eyes?
Be the closest ones to you, bro.
Yeah,
Is it Tight Eyes?
Tight Eyes, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one from the movies. That movie, they did a movie and everything.
So he was a crumper, so they was gonna sue me for it, but he actually came to court. He's a very solid individual. He came to court and was like, I don't want to sue this young man. My business wants to sue him. He was like, as long as you keep it music, I don't have a problem with using the name. But overall, just the drama that I had to go through with it, I didn't want to do it no more. So I just created Fly Zone, you know what I mean? And at first it was just like some things with me and my closest partners. It was just Fly Zone boys, and we had a bunch of females that we used to hang out with at the time too, and they was Fly Zone girls. We would go to the club with little jackets or whatever. And but I think that when I started putting on my shows and started doing certain things and started creating a buzz, I started to realize it started catching fire. You know what I'm saying? And I would sell stuff. I would get very little material with the $500 that I could scrape up. And that only gets you like 50 items, you know what I'm saying? Like 50 shirts or whatever, but I would sell out within the first week. And I don't have no more. People like, hey man, what's up? I didn't get a Fly Zone shirt. Cause people be like, hey, I'm gonna get you next Friday when I get paid. But I'm like, bro, this stuff is selling out now. You know what I'm saying? So it got kind of crazy to the point where I didn't even have enough items. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think it was selling like that?
Because of my music. You know what I'm saying? People were the movement that I started with the music in general, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you know what I'm saying? As far as music, like I put a lot of passion behind the stuff that I'm spitting, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not like a Eminem or whatever, but like I got partners who told me from the, you know, I've always had that confidence. I was always separating myself. There was times where I would pay for shows when I first moved here, and I couldn't even get on the flyer. I couldn't even barely get on the ticket, but I was paying $150 to perform. But before I left, my biggest thing was like to make sure everybody in the building remembered me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody would say, yo, I would make shirts like this to wear myself, like just to promote it for myself or just to rock my own brand. And people was like, yo, like where you get that shirt? Like, I want to represent Fly Zone. I want to be a part of it. And that's when I started coming up with the slogan. And not just a movement, it's the movement. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of movements. We can go outside right now and see somebody rocking 3 shirts, 3 people rocking three of the same shirt, and assume that it's a movement. But it to be the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you know, like I had somebody recently just tell me that somebody was, I seen kids at the Fall Fest rocking your shirts, like stuff like that excites me because it's, you know, it's just an amazing thing to see. And then we started a school program as well called Strong on Knowledge, which is like the end of my name, which is my name is HighStrung on stage. So it was Strong on Knowledge. And since we started the program, 36% of all lower income schools in San Antonio have went up in testing for the STAR test. You know what I'm saying? And basically we go in, we talk to the kids in the auditorium, and we just, you know, we show things like dedication, inspiration. And I always write impossible on the projector, and I ask the kids, what's this word mean? And they'd be like, when you can't do something, I'd be like, actually, it's not even a word. And they'd be like, I'd be like, you're supposed to split the I am from possible. Now what does it say? And they'd be like, oh, I'm possible. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like life is like that. You got to look at life from a different angle sometimes. Sometimes they give you this, and if they give you lemons, you gotta make lemon pie.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how like it started. And then Fly Zone, like I said, it just became so like impactful that and then I started having respect for a lot of people who just do clothing, because that's a market within itself. And people who just do clothing, won't they respect? I've been at some of these fashion shows. They will charge you like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Or like they will charge you like these cats want their respect, because it's a real, you have to respect it. It's like when I found out about dancing, there was a whole dance world going on around here.
It's the craft.
Like it's the craft and I've had fashion experts ask me like, yo, you seen your stuff? Like, you in the same type of, are you serious? Are you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like I take my shit serious. And they'll ask you certain things that you gotta know when you selling clothing to just make sure that you want P's and Q's. So fashion has become something that I've had to study. I'm not one of those kids that was ever able to go take a test and not study the night before. So I had to go really study and Google, and you know what I mean? So I put in a lot of work for this and the way that it's taken off is lovely, because it really makes you feel like the work that you put into it is it makes like that's what it means when people say that, is like when you put in the work, it feels good. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you grind it for 13 years. If you make it that 13th year, you feel great about the 12 that you put in. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, man, I don't care how long it took. I went through that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You good.
Okay,
You good.
I went through that shit to do it, to you know what I'm saying, to be able to do this. And that's what the fashion part is for me. It's become just as big as my music career. Because I used to get mad when like I was telling T Crazy, you know, I have a lot of conversations, because he, you know, y'all had an interview not too long ago, and we were talking about their legacy in the city. And it feels good to have like legends like that, or just people like, I've even had celebrities call me about the brand, like just stuff like that to it feels good to have them even, you know, want to be a part of the brand. And I was really thinking about it the other day, and I was like, yo, like, you know, we all want to be a part of something that means something. Like right now, the way he explained his brand, like it already sparked interest. You know what I mean? Because it's history. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of stuff a brand really does for you. You know what I'm saying? And it just means something. And that's pretty much how it started. It started through my music. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody kind of noticed me doing music. I was dropping tapes, and then now it's just as big as entity as the music. But I used to get mad, like I said, sometimes, because people would be like, oh, you the dude that you got the Fly Zone clothing brand. And it feels
So
great.
what happened? The brand
But it's
became
kind of like
bigger than your music.
When you give 100% in everything.
Mhm.
If people only know you for one thing, that's what they know you for. Like some people only know me as HighStrung the music, but they might have seen a Fly Zone shirt and they might associate it with just. But then there are some people who only know the brand. So it's like, oh yeah, like. In my album dropped today. Oh, that's dope. And you got a shirt?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it's like
do you experience that same thing?
If I'm being honest and humble as I can be, like I've been blessed. Like, so for the most part, my brand is a broad brand. So it's not a racial brand. It's not a gender biased brand. If you're from San Antonio, you could rock this brand. So it's so broad where I don't want to be the face of it. You know what I mean? I want different cultures to be the face of it. Different rappers, boxers, athletes, you know, people that's on the Riverwalk, you know, visitors, like just using this merchandise, like all that stuff. Like it's so broad. I don't want no face like in front of it. I just want it to be like a brand, because the moment they say, you know, oh, Calvin is this person, so whoever doesn't like me for whatever reason won't buy it because Calvin is in front of me.
I was just about to not interrupt you, but I
was
was just about to bounce off of that. What he said is so true. Sometimes people will love your gear, but because he's selling it, you know what I'm saying, they not gonna buy it. Like that's why I don't try to associate like my face with the, like, people kind of know it, but I try to just push Fly Zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, people will literally not buy it because you selling it. Like, that I ain't about to add to his. I ain't about to help him. Even though you don't even know what the proceeds are going to. You don't know what I'm doing with this money. This money is actually, is your kid in school? This money just helped your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they just they will not fuck with it off the strength that you just, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird because you won't support somebody that's in your own city, that's that's holding it, that has a meaning behind what they doing, but you'll go buy Louis shit, you'll go buy some Rockaware from Jay. I love Jay, but I'm saying, like, you'll go do all these, but these people already rich, fam, and they not in your community,
and
they not going
to his point, which is actually bringing our conversation kind of full circle already, where then as the owner or founder of your brand, you go back to your confidence, where it's like, I don't care who or what is not supporting me. I know what I've been doing. I know the work that I've put in. So I'm going to see the fruits of my labor here in the future. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if anybody watched it thus far, but I just watched Dolomite again. It got remotivated. Like, I was just on some, hey, bro, like, you know, bro, dude didn't let nobody tell him no for anything. You know what I'm saying? And what I got most out of it was the fact that he had good friends, good people that actually supported him and really wanted to see him win. Regardless of however many people wanted to see him lose, he eventually won, just based off the work ethic, the people that, you know, his confidence, knowing who he was as a person. But yeah, to his point earlier, it's just like, you know, people ain't gonna buy your stuff, or people ain't gonna listen to this podcast because they know Ace Boogie running it, right? But you're gonna have people like us, your close friends, your supporters, that's gonna support you regardless. And at the end of the day, that's what you need to keep, you know, fueling your fire.
And that's the key to success, really. That's honestly why because like he said, preparation has always been important to me. Everything that, like, sometimes people really ask me, even other artists, they'll ask me, you know, me and T, we talked about this, like, people ask me, you know, like, hey, how you do this? How do you look so good? But it's not that, it's just that I've prepared for it. If I knew it was coming up in a week, you better believe I spent all 7. You know what I'm saying? It's preparation is key, but the key to success too is keeping those people around you who really want to see you win as bad as you want to see them win. Because like he said, to go to that movie, if you try to run any business, that's a great movie to watch. Because he said there was one part that I love where Mike Epps caught him outside. I guess they was in there joning on each other. They was making fun of each other, and he was like, "Man, we was just joking with you, you know." And I think every friend went through that. We're like the friend. Like, man, we was just joking with you. We always joke like this. He said, "Man, I know, man, but I came out here to be us. What happened to me?" And I think that people are afraid to show that part of it. People are afraid to show that they not shining. That it does take a grind. We afraid, like, even the rappers that I chopped it up with, I only talk to certain ones, not because I'm I think I'm at a bigger level is because like the reasons why you're doing it ain't the same. Trust me, I don't want to be a statistic. Rapping and playing ball was not the first thing for me. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that when I talk, people listen. You know what I'm saying? And when I rap, people are listening. And I think that when you with fashion, it comes the same thing hand in hand with any sport or any rapping. I feel like that you have a sense of responsibility, even if you don't want it. You have you are a role model, even when you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? No one's asking you to be a role model. Nobody has to. You already are one. What you doing, you affecting these kids. When you out here rocking and you rocking a shirt saying F just or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's cool and all, but understand it's a reflection of you. Yeah, you showing other people that's younger than you that want to come up certain things. You know what I'm saying? So you are responsible. You know, I know it sounds funny, but even Spider-Man, there's a part Uncle Ben would always tell him, with great power comes great responsibility. Yep. That's so true. If you have a superpower right now, somebody's out there screaming and they need help, you could stay in here and interview me, but you have to go save them because you have the power to do it. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So that's what fashion does for us too. It's like when we rock these clothes and these people are looking up to us, like, you know what I'm saying? They looking at certain things. They like, yo, like, I like the way he carry himself. I like the way he rocking that, you know what I'm saying? And how you carry yourself and how you move in your community and how you move in society, period. People looking at that and they also looking at this. So if you see somebody rocking the same thing you rocking it how you was rocking it, 9 times out of 10, they paying attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So question, what type of line is San Antonio very on?
If I'm being accurate, it's kind of like a well-versed, you know, urban wear. You know, we do everything though, like shirts, athletic gear, coffee mugs, pillows. Like we're legit holistic brand. Like we're doing, you know, all types of stuff. So I mean, it essentially is like just a holistic brand. Like we do damn near everything. Like there's not a lot we don't do.
And sizes when it comes to?
Well, we do all sizes, like plus size, our size, kids, all that. Yeah. So actually, and that's what I'm saying. It's funny because, like I said, all you have to do is like you build your foundation, and then you see the opportunities for growth, right? So, bro, I can knock them in the head with a plus size line and just say, "Oh, we got this over here," just so you know. Or I can hit them with the kids line only and just say, back to school. Like it's so many opportunities for growth. And just to put it out there, because I don't know if we'll hit on this, but there was and I love how we both keep referring to movies because that's what entrepreneurs do. Like, bro, you find every piece of information that you can from movies and try to expound upon it. So even if we might not get there, there's a part in Facebook, in the movie Facebook, where Mark Zuckerberg basically tells them, he's like, there's several industries that you have to get involved in that will never lose its way, right? So technology is not going to be losing its way at any point. So anything tech, if you know how to code, if you know how to create websites, build build apps, etc., like that's never going to die. Clothing will never die. People always have to wear clothes. You know what I mean? So if you want to get involved in this industry, just know that it will never die. You really just got to keep up with the Joneses. You just got to make sure that when people start wearing what do you call it, the little belt things and the what do you call these little zipper things?
Fanny packs.
You just got to make sure when fanny packs come, you got flies on fanny packs. You know what I'm saying? You just got to stay ahead of the clothing, but clothing will never die. And never die. So to anybody that wants to get a part of clothing, like, bro, this is an industry to get involved in because it's never going to go anywhere. But yeah, we offer everything. Yeah, facts.
So what do you want people to feel when they're wearing Fly Zone?
What I want them to feel? I want them to feel, it goes back to just confident. You know what I mean? I want them to start making their own decisions. I want them to, I feel a lot of ways about a lot of things, but I don't want to go like too deep, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that like this is great because it could cause that, but you know, like I say, talking amongst certain people, I just felt like that, you know, we don't make our own decisions. We always go off of what somebody said or, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt like I wanted people to have more confidence. We used to make great like things when we talk about America. America literally is not the best country in the world anymore. It's matched with other. It's the best. It's a great country. We can say that, but a lot of other countries now have freedom and they can do a lot of things. Like it's not like it was before. So I think that like we used to take a stand back in the day, like before our time, like way before our time. I think that people, men, women used to take stands. You know what I'm saying? Women have women rights and all that stuff because a woman took a stand. Men, when we talk about race, we're free or whatever because certain men took a stand. You know what I'm saying?
It's trickle effect.
Like when you wear certain things, and like right now, if you put on a shirt that has Malcolm X's face on it, you know what I'm saying? What does that mean to you? It will mean something to you. Yes. It may mean different things between me and you, but it still means something. It means something. And all it is his face. It may be no words on the shirt, but it means something. And that's what Fly Zone is for me. When you put the shirt on and you rocking that FZ, you are literally being fly in your own zone. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff, some of the ways that I've seen some of the people wearing my stuff and the way that some of these females have cut it up, and I've had other females ask me like, hey, how do I get that shirt? I'm like, she made that. I sold it as a regular shirt. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the idea, like it breaks out ideas. And then, you know, just too, like I've had people that don't even know me, which is what I like, that are rocking the brand. I asked one female in the Walmart, I seen her rocking my stuff, and I was like, hey, where'd you get that shirt? And she was like, oh, my boyfriend bought it for me. And I was like, oh, that's dope. I was like, you know what it means? She was like, yeah, it's a brand called Fly Zone. And she was like, you should get some. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I definitely asked you. I wanted to definitely, you know, see about getting some. And she was like, yeah, my boyfriend said some rapper, you know, she's like, he created the brand. She was like, but I love this stuff. She was like, you definitely should look him up. Like, I was like, so you never seen his face? And she was like, nah, I don't know anything about him.
Right at him.
She was like, yeah. And I thought that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. But I just wanted to mean confidence. I want people to, when they put it on, you know, they to go back to your question, I just want people to you know, rock it knowing that you're happy with yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where can we find your brand?
Online, SanAntoniosVeryOwn.com. It took a while for that because like that to have that domain name was pretty expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we are talking about brand, but I do want everybody to understand the extent of like just the level of money it may take, doing it the right way, making sure that you make it simple for your audience. You don't want to make anything difficult, right? So you don't want nobody to go to Google and put in San Antonio's very own, you know, clothes, but they can't find your site because your website is not what it's supposed to be. It's San Antonio's very own.org or you know, it's just difficult. You don't want nothing to be difficult for your audience. So you want people to be able to sync when they say San Antonio's very own. Hey, just go to SanAntoniosVeryOwn.com and you'll find my stuff. But I wanted to answer the question that you asked him as well. What San Antonio's very own means, or for people that wear it. I was in Whataburger one time and I had my brand on, kind of like the same exact experience that he had. There's a kid that's behind the Whataburger, like just, you know, asking people's orders or whatever. And I get in front of him and he's like, bro. I said, what's up? He's like, before you order, bro, where'd you get, who's like, where'd you get that brand? I'm like, San Antonio's very own. He's like, yeah, I want it. I have to have it. I'm like, here's the website, bro. Here's a discount code for you as well. He's like, bro, who are you? I'm like, bro, like, you know,
I'm Batman.
I just said, I know where you could get it and how you could get it. He was like, man, I just think you know, every time I see somebody wear it or if I see it around, like it makes me feel like, you know, I'm a part of San Antonio. Like it's just deeper than rap, you know? And a lot of what I said in terms of how people feel when they rock the brand, you know, if you make your money in San Antonio, you rock San Antonio's very own. right? Because this is where you collecting your bag. You're not collecting your bag from where you from. You're not, you may be from Florida, but you out here making your money.
It's a sense of pride, huh?
You see what I'm saying? It brings, and the reason why is because I had a couple of friends, good friends of mine, that I grew up with playing basketball. So Jordan Clarkson, Andre, those two mainly have went professional in basketball. So both of them went Jordan went to LA and then Andre went to Oklahoma City. And initially, when I was talking earlier, my brand started because I wanted them to go flourish wherever they're from. I mean, where they are, but have a sense of pride of where you're from. Because a lot of people don't like to claim San Antonio. I mean, we got Houston, Dallas, people that claim Austin more than they claim San Antonio. But, bro, people are very prideful about San Antonio. And so with this brand, it's really just about, exploring other people that go out and make money elsewhere, just like an I Love New York t-shirt or a Crenshaw shirt from Nipsey Hussle now. You know what I'm saying? Like representing where I'm from. Nobody ain't even from Crenshaw. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yep. You could be from Inglewood, but I'm telling you, wearing Crenshaw shirts, like it's just a sense of pride. Like you could tell that's from you, LA. Like you in LA, you from LA.
Is that the type of impact y'all looking for?
Oh, well, see, for me, I definitely agree with him from his standpoint because he's from here. You see what I'm saying? I never lived in a place longer than 3 years other than here in Killeen for me to claim. You know what I mean? So for me, it was just like, and when I know for experience, I did a show in Korea. I got booked in Korea and we flew out to Korea and we performed. And when I got back, I sent clothes out there and I ended up sending more, you know what I'm saying, for people to rock Fly Zone. So for me, it's like I wanted my clothing to follow that formula that was of the formula of my life. I never had that home. So Fly Zone, when you put it on, you're home, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always said, when I do I'm gonna do one where it has of course we taking the pictures of our own because I know, like I say, everything is touching. So I'm not gonna use nobody else's backdrop, but I'm gonna take a picture of San Antonio's backdrop, a picture of LA's backdrop when I get ready to go out there. I just got back from New York. We took a picture of that backdrop. Brooklyn, Bronx, we took a picture of each backdrop. So that way, when I drop, you know what I'm saying, it'll show the backdrop of the city and it'll say Fly Zone. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole theme of it is gonna be like rep your city, Fly Zone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that's how I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because I could never. I like what he said. I like the people that can be from one place. You know what I mean? But I never felt that. So my brand is for it. Literally, like he said, it's the same as his brand. It's just our brands as we're talking is connecting because it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We both represent the same thing, but it's just that part. Like he was able to. He probably know people here. He from second grade. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know anybody from second grade. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my brand is. It's just everywhere. When you put it on, you home. So when you rock it in San Antonio, you literally are home. You're in San Antonio. That's when if you rock it in LA, you home.
As far as my impact, no offense, I'm literally trying to be the biggest brand in San Antonio. Like I want to I want to corner the market. Yeah, as far as different opportunities, I do this small business collaboration with small businesses in San Antonio, where Chapman's Chicken or Big Lou's, people that are from San Antonio originally started. I go in there and I want, I say, hey, let me make your uniforms and keep them up to date in fashion. If it's about to be winter, let me provide you hoodies. I do it for Sultan's Hookah Lounge, Sultan's Cafe, where, I'm trying to not only dominate San Antonio as a clothing brand, but high schools. Like I mentioned earlier, Sam Houston's very own, Judson's very own, Wagner's very own. I want to, corner the market. But the ultimate goal is to get into Walmart's and sell my brand in Walmart. I've already started talks with them. We just we released 2 more commercials that we're about to have on actual TV now. So VH1, BET, Cartoon Network, etc. There's I'm focused. And then obviously this child's support with my daughter just turned me on a whole nother level of going to get
I can only imagine.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm too turned right now. Like in terms of just making sure everything that I have planned, she just like kind of expedited all of that. You know what I mean? So I'm on one right now. But my impact, bro, like in San Antonio, you by the time it's done, you will know that San Antonio's very own is by far the you coming to San Antonio.
I am San Antonio type thing.
Facts.
So when starting this brand, what was your biggest fear?
To be honest, that I didn't do it the right way. Like I mentioned it earlier.
So the preparation was off.
Preparation was it had to, because it's almost like, you know, pulling out the pie out the oven too soon. Like, you know, like you did everything to make sure that this pie is good. And you done took it out 30 minutes earlier and it's just not what it was supposed to be. Yeah. And I feel like when I started it, the biggest problem that I would have had is if I would have did it wrong. And if I would have did it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? That would have been my biggest fear and failure. Because then I would have came out too soon. People would have looked at it. Okay, when you coming out with a swimming line? Like, it's about to be summer. Do you got any swimming pool? Like, do you have swimming gear? Nah, I ain't ready. Do you got, bro, it's wintertime. Do you have different type of styles for hoodies? Nah, I ain't ready. And it's kind of my same approach with Walmart. When you go to Walmart, and I don't think a lot of people may know this either, it's not as hard as people may think to get into Walmart, right? So my biggest fear is if I go to Walmart, Walmart can sit here and tell me, hey, I want $10,000 worth of merchandise per month, right? If I'm prepared, I say, hey, I'll get this to you in 2 days, right? If I'm not prepared, hey, man, give me about a week. I don't have the money. I don't like, and then I just look bad. You know what I'm saying? So that could be my biggest downfall, is not being prepared. So that's what my answer would be in terms of my biggest fear, is to have not been prepared for the storm.
And you, sir?
I really didn't have a fear because only because, like I said, it had started with music. So for me, it was just another entity. I think that my biggest fear is when it collectively started getting bigger, because that was my fear. I was starting to fear that I wasn't going to be able to keep up, because there was a point where it sold out everything and it got really big and I didn't have anything else. And because I didn't have any more money to, I just didn't have anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to wait until I re-up and get more money. And then I had to even wait because I was grinding at the time, wasn't really making money. So then I started making money off of shows. And only 2 years ago, I started doing music full time to pay like all my bills. So like I was still working the job at the time. Thank you. Yes, because it feels great. But it's something that I'm super, but more than a fear, I think it's just something more so I'm super proud of, because like it's not talked about. I know it's different. See, like clothing brands, people that run clothing lines, which is something I wanted to share that I think is great, which is like, see, me and other clothing lines, like they people that own clothing brands are more accepted. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, like I love how he talks about his, and I want him to win for San Antonio. Like I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like, yes, like be the big, because I know you now. So I'm a part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because all I gotta do is mindset. Hey, I was the dude sitting next to you. So I'm on the fashion show, and he kind of will know who I am based upon. So yes, win, like, because this is his field, and I respect that and I salute it. And I'm just a soldier within this general's field. This is his number one field. He ain't in the studio recording, so it's nothing for us to, you know what I'm saying?
I can't get bit.
But I'm saying that, like, I like that though. It's like, for me, I just like seeing people win, because it's only opportunity for you to win as well. You know what I'm saying? Business is business. And I think that you know, like I said, with me, you know, it's certain things for me that it wasn't really a fear, it was more like I'm proud. Like right now, I'm the only artist in San Antonio that I think we talked about where I sell out my own concerts with no major promotion. Like I rent out my own venues based off the money I'm making for clothing, and then I give back to those venues I don't even make my money off of the venue. I make my money off of the clothing that I'm selling within my concerts. And every concert, I've sold out the Alamo City Music Hall twice, and I've sold out Breathe Lounge. And every time I drop an album, I do another concert. and I sell clothing when I'm in there, and then I give the rest of the proceeds to the schools and for the Stronger Knowledge program that we started. You know what I'm saying? For those kids that don't have the books and stuff like that. So it's just everything being put back into a pot. So for me, it really wasn't a fear. It was more so like the biggest fear I had, if I could say a fear, was just I want to keep up, and then I want to respect the craft. Because when I do go to these fashion shows, that's still my biggest fear. When I go to these fashion shows and I'm talking this clothing stuff with these people, I want to know what I'm talking about. I never want to be that guy. I've seen those guys that go in there with an opinion, or they go in there with the I think I know it all, and you end up learning a bunch of shit you didn't know, and you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? I never look stupid, because if I don't know what I'm talking about, I shut the hell up.
I just want to make a point on what he was saying though. Like, and that's what I'm saying. I guess like I'm more so just making sure like anybody that's viewing this is actually also learning. Yeah. So a lot of what he just said in terms of him making money from his clothing line, and then like reintroducing that into his music or his shows and stuff that he invests in, that's not a 501, right? That's not a nonprofit. He's profiting his own business through his business, right? So that's very important. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure he was hit with it. I was hit with the opportunity of, you know, hey, Calvin, do you want to make this a 501, like a nonprofit? And to his point, no, because I am in control. I don't want nobody to control anything I decide to do, where I want to spend my money, who I want to spend my money with, because he could probably get, you know, he's an artist, right? So he could probably have people invest in him and say, hey, look, but we want Fly Zone to not put money towards education. You see what I'm saying? And then his whole energy for that situation is in void, because he has somebody dictating where his money is going, because they didn't fronted him or they didn't invest it. So to anybody that wants to get involved or wants to be a part, like, that is a huge decision to make. You could either have somebody control what you're doing, or you could control it yourself.
With that being said, I want to ask y'all. So y'all heard of Dapper Dan before, correct?
Yes, for sure.
So would y'all do something like that? Would y'all go up under a different brand like Gucci or Louis Vuitton and try to?
It depends on what they offer. I couldn't see myself going under it, because I treat it. It's like your baby. You know what I'm saying? You gonna let anybody babysit? Yeah. Like, now you gonna let R. Kelly babysit your baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. It just depends on what they offer. If it's something where I can go in a partnership, and it's like a collab, then we talking.
But you're not full on.
It's like, even with my artistry, I would never sign a deal ever. I don't care who. If Universal offered it, we've had deal offer, I would never do it, because at the end of the day, it's like you just giving away money when you could really do this yourself. We have the internet now. We have so many different things and so many avenues that we could take. It's like, why would you sign a deal? So it's the same thing with clothing. Like, why would you just give up your brand like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? If anything, like she said, collaboration, a partnership, let's talk though. Like, because even then, I'm not talking about selling. You know what I'm saying?
I would just say everybody, like, I mean, for me, my whole inspiration when I did start this clothing line, bro, Nipsey Hussle was like my legit inspiration.
What was his grind? What about his grind was, you know, that stood out that you like and follow?
To be honest, like, bro, when I say what about Nipsey, bro, it's literally like the way he walks is the way I walk, bro. Like, you know, I'm not an artist, but his business mind, where everything about what he does is about him in control versus somebody controlling what he's doing. So like what you was talking about, collabing, etc. Like, Puma collabed with his clothing line. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Puma bought out the Marathon clothing. It was the Marathon clothing collabs with Puma, which is a bigger platform, of course, because Puma's like, you know, world known. But, you know, it's all about collabing. I think that collaboration is important, only when there's a benefit on both sides. Like, if I'm benefiting somebody else versus them benefiting me, that's a no. That's a no. But if we could benefit each other, so for example, if I say, hey, if I collaborate with Fly Zone right now, I'm liable to collaborate with artists that I've never met in my life, a group of people that I've never known in my life. So he's opening another level of opportunity for me to expand my brand.
Mhm.
Flip side would be, hey, if I decide Fly Zone collabs with San Antonio's very own, I'm about to open up doors for people. Like he said, I'm not from San Antonio, right? You about to talk to a person that is very well known in the city. So if you talk to me, I'm about to open up another level of opportunity for you. And if
it's a platform,
if we could benefit off both sides, I don't mind collaborating.
Yeah.
But if I'm,
that's one of my questions.
if I'm giving Louis, you know, like how Louis rapes black culture, where it's like, well, not Louis, I like Louis personally, but Gucci. Like Gucci and all, like they make so much money off black culture. You know what I'm saying? But what is black culture really getting? Y'all prices are still expensive. There ain't no discounts. There ain't nothing. We don't see no Gucci scholarships given to you know, any black, you know, people, HBCUs or anything like that. But you are raping us,
and they poisoning black minds.
Yeah, so that's no benefit in that. That's no benefit in that.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that when collaborating, you just need to make sure that there's benefits on both sides and not one side.
Which goes back to the beginning of what I was saying, which is your brand has to rep something. It has to mean something. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. I've yet to have anybody tell me what Gucci and Louis means.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no one just came up with the thing like Louis Vuitton. It meant something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what did it mean? Why won't they tell us? Why won't nobody tell me?
It's Illuminati.
Because I feel like that it's not for black culture. Just like they felt like when Hilfiger had messed up about what he said on Oprah. And then everybody started rocking Hilfiger because we finally figured out that
for a week, right?
This nigga don't even
for a week.
That's funny.
Like Gucci had this whole beef with Gucci for
like
good old week.
Yeah.
Boy, hey, look.
Is that going back to massa mentality?
It's not. To me, it's bro. It's just our generation is so like instant. Like everything is so instant.
Are we caught up in the hype? Is that what it is? We so caught up into what Gucci and Louis Vuitton mean?
We're scared to walk down our own road.
Yeah.
If a billion people is walking down this road and it's a road going this way, it might be one or two people that walk down this road and say, I'm going this way. But people are scared.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to say that kind of what we were talking about earlier, where we don't want to support P. Diddy. You see what I'm saying? I think that is the bro. If I was listening to an interview with Ice Cube, like Ice Cube was talking like, bro, do you not know, like if black men or black people just trusted each other? You see what I'm saying? If we just said, I'm gonna put $5,000 in this man, he's gonna get what he deserves and he's gonna do what he needs to do to make this happen, bro. It would literally take over the whole platform. You see what I'm saying?
The only race that's giving nothing, and we come out with everything. You know what I'm saying? But we also the most stubborn, which is why we can't evolve. Black men, we just talked about this. A black man will walk past another black man and mug him. Why?
Why?
What was the point in that? You know what I'm saying? I walk downtown and walk past another black man and I get mugged. Like as if like it's almost that look that speaks to you and says, I hope you is. But in my head, because you looking like that, I'm saying, I wish you would. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying, it's like, it go hand in hand, and I don't know why we do that. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I bring people like T Crazy with me, and why I'm glad I met this man today and everybody in this room is because we are literally breaking. It's sad because we're a small group of people right now in this room. Even what you're doing with this show is breaking ice, but we're only breaking the tip of an ice of a big ass Titanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like we just have to continually chop instead of taking one big chunk. We got to keep taking these little chips.
And I want to add to say that we need to start giving flowers before people die, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, like say it shouldn't have to take Nipsey to be passed away to have his whole store have to close down because it's too many sales. It's too many sales.
Doing that when he was
you see what I'm saying? Like now, if we would stop buying like these, you know, these fashionable or exclusive brands and actually dive into people that are trying to, you know, start stuff or have things going that you just want to support, bro. Like, bro, it be easy in no time. Like it's no time, bro. Like no time. And that's why. And I don't know, a lot of people may definitely disagree with my comment right now, but with Kanye West, right? Like Kanye West, to me, is like the most uninformed genius we ever had in life, right? Like he literally made a comment. A lot of people didn't hear something like because Kanye West have interviews and he has rants where, but he talks about real stuff. Just like LeBron, I witnessed this like a year ago where LeBron started saying nigga a lot. Like you got shows and the first thing to come up, man, this nigga did. I said, bro, LeBron he's good now. Because LeBron, you would never hear LeBron speak that way, right? Yeah. Kanye West basically said, y'all are mad right now. Y'all don't see what I'm trying to do for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. Y'all see that my Yeezys are $300, $450, and my clothes are expensive. I have to build these relationships first with these people. And then once those relationships are broken, and then I'm able to now do what I want to do, you'll see Yeezys in Payless and Walmarts and stuff like that, because now I'm able to I've met these, I've opened these doors, you know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, I just seen that Virgil, which is the dude that was Kanye West's fashion designer for Yeezy, he's with Louis Vuitton. Like a lot of people don't know this. Virgil has a whole line in IKEA, and IKEA is one of the most affordable, you know, furniture, home, you know, places that you could get, and that's a whole exclusive Virgil guy that has his own brand in IKEA right now. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like we do need to give people some time to get what they need to get done, and then start really seeing what their mission was.
That's why I think fashion should be touchy too. I think that you should really put some stuff. I mean, there are certain things you know what I'm saying? I feel like that you got to be all the way in, but it's like there was a shirt I seen one time. I think Nas rocked it. It was a big controversy over it. It was the word nigga on his shirt. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that fashion that's been touchy like that, because you got to understand, we as culture, we've flipped everything. You know, I got a lot of old Black women in my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see them all for Thanksgiving. And my lyrics and stuff, we sit down and they listen to everything. They're like, boy, like, you know what I'm saying? They like, the stuff you talk about, did you ask us? I'm like, it was just how I was feeling. But at the end of the day, when I sit down and I talk to them, it's we had a conversation about that word specifically. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, y'all look at it because of the time. You know what I'm saying? For us, it was like reverse. It was almost embracing our own, embracing another. We just flipped the word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But everybody gonna have a different opinion on it. I think that when it comes to certain things with fashion has to be touchy too. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's doing is very touchy. It's my San Antonio's own. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know what I mean? That's saying a lot. You know what I mean? But it's loud, and it sparks interest, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's putting extra wood into the fire, and I think that that's what brands have to do. And it's the same thing Fly Zone follows as far as that map is. We're very touchy. You know what I'm saying? We're saying, you know what I'm saying, either you with us or you getting rolled over. You know what I mean? You either with the plan, you either going with the flow, or you just get rolled
down
over.
To lay down.
Yeah, get down and lay down. That's how it is off of every corner. We're not accepting it ain't no mercy. You know what I'm saying? It's no mercy for nobody. And that's just the culture. That's just with music, I don't be like, oh man, I want to be the next. No, I'm the first HighStrung, and I'm dope. I'm Jay-Z, wish he was me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you gotta have that confidence, and people gonna look at you and they gonna say stuff like, man, he crazy for thinking that. That's cool. That's cool, because you know what I'm saying? Because people gonna love you. They gonna love you when you get to the top, and they gonna hate you for it. They gonna show love. Some people gotta salute these brands that we talking about. And not even because they want to, because they don't want to look like the sore thumb.
Okay, guys. So we have a guest that said, so what's the solution? What's your plan? How do we implement for a betterment of our community? We can point out the issues all day, but if you don't have any implementation, any plans to pretty much change it. Well, so what's your thoughts on how can we change this?
My man stated.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I think that you know what I'm saying. He stated it, which is, stop buying these brands you don't know. Start supporting your community. That's how you change it.
So you're local.
I don't even, and then like to who, I mean, no disrespect to who made that comment, but we're talking solution, right? That's what we've been talking this whole time. And secondly, you know, I don't want to have to beg for anyone's support, right? Like look, there's a lot of brands in San Antonio that you can support. If you don't support my views or what I'm trying to do, that's fine, right? But at the same time, don't act like there aren't solutions here. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. It's like you like, and no, this just in relationships. You got a good woman at home, but you overlook that to find another solution when the solution is right in front of you. Like we have solutions in San Antonio. We have brands that are doing certain things and stand for certain things, and you have communities that stand for certain things. Bro, look into one of these brands, walk into one of these stores. Like go into just walk, just wonder. Go get in your car and make 5 suspect lefts and 2 suspect rights, and then go into the store that you see first. Like get lost. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to support pride. You have to support anybody on this show right now. But we have solutions in San Antonio. There's plenty of brands that are doing well. There's plenty of people in San Antonio that's doing great things, amazing things. All you have to do is tap in. All you have to do.
So what would y'all say is the hardest part about being your own boss?
The hardest part is I think that sometimes you have to wear many faces. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a boss, and you have to be reasonable, especially if you have a team. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may be going through something on the team. You have to wear a certain face all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're worried about something, you could never let your team know that. And if you do, you always have to have a solution, like you said, because people want the solution if there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that being a boss comes with a lot of, you ever heard that saying? I think Snoop came up with it. It paid the cost to be the boss. It's true. It's facts. You know what I'm saying? When people look at your brand, when something happens, whether it's your management, when your brand gets bigger, of course, other people start becoming a part of it. If something goes wrong with that brand, they don't look at those people, they look at you. You know what I'm saying? If I go to your website right now and I can't get your clothing, I'm not looking at the management that may have messed up and not made it go live. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, they don't
I'm never gonna go to that website
they see
because this dude ain't even got his stuff in order. They looking for the slightest thing for you to mess up on. You know what I'm saying? It's the hardest thing with being the boss. I think that being a boss is cutthroat. I think that you got to be polite and know how to mingle with the people, but you also got to be stern, and you got to let people know I'm not to be played with in a professional way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's ducats that have to be in order. You know what I mean? And if you do not have your stuff in line, if preparation, like he said, is key. If you do not have your stuff in line, you will get exposed at some point. I don't care how far you get. At some point, you're going to get to that line. And you're going to have to figure out.
I want to say thank you for your dope questions, for sure. You have some really good questions.
You're welcome.
All right, cool. But I would say to his point too, I think first thing is deciding what boss you want to be, right? So like you hear those types of coaches where like this coach is a player's coach first, like he's players first. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be a boss that's really just about your paper, or are you a boss for the community? You know what I'm saying? Are you a boss for people that didn't have, or are you a boss just trying to, get your bag right? And at the end of the day, business is for growth financially, right? So don't act like business is for money, right? Let's not ignore the facts. In terms of what type of boss you want to be, I believe your question was what was the boss?
The question is, what's the hardest part about being your own boss?
I think what I just said, which is identifying which one you want to be and who you're going to be true to. Because I've hired several people that I've put on San Antonio's very own, like really put them on. And the hardest thing I would say about that process is nobody's going to love your brand the way you love it. You know what I'm saying? They're not waking up at 8:00 in the morning like, bro, I got to make this post because, people are ready for the brand, and stuff like that. So it's really just about gaining supporters like the person that made the comment, like doing something that allows them to feel like, let me go on his website and see what they're about and actually dive into who he is as a person and what they do. So I believe that, once you decide what type of boss you are, I think that's the hardest part. You either going to be a boss about your bread or a boss for your community, but that's up to you.
Would y'all recommend someone take business classes before they do this, or just jump in like y'all did?
I think you just gotta have grind. I don't care how many classes you take. You can learn how to play basketball. You can know how basketball. You can learn that James Naismith was the person that created basketball. But if you get on the court, I don't want you on my team. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it go. I think that you gotta just have some grind. I think that a lot of people know how to start their own business. I think that today, like go back to college, I got daughters too. And yes, I would love for my daughters to go to college. But my take on that is like, look, you got to have some type of grind because that paper does matter. That's modern day slavery today. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, the way that they enslave you, it's your freedom papers. Because the way that they enslave you, they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, you can have the same degree as Billy has. But you know what? They're gonna hire Billy before they hire you. It's still the same. It's still a grind when you get out of college. You can have a master's degree. I met a lady that had a master's degree. Her name was Hattie. She was from Louisiana, and she worked at Walmart. And there's nothing wrong working at Walmart. But I asked her. I said, "But ma'am, you have a master's degree. So let me ask you a question. Why Walmart?" She was like, "Well, when I was in school, I didn't network. I didn't talk to people really. I just did my work. I got straight A's, and I graduated. And that became a problem." Because you still have to have these social skills. You still have to be able to grind. And that's and selling your brand is selling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You are selling you. People are buying this brand for you.
Yeah. How do you network in this industry?
How do you network in this
fashion?
industry? Fashion.
Hey, it's funny as you say that because I swear to God, bro, you cannot. It is almost like you having your own podcast and then somebody coming right after you. Mm-hmm. Like what separates you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And are you one of those bosses that, bro, I love that I met dude today because like I said, his hat says be humble. Like I could tell like that's who he is, right? Mm-hmm. But bro, like when you meet somebody that has another brand in your industry, mm-hmm. bro, like I'm not meeting you on I'm better than you. Mm-hmm. Like it's all about humility, bro. Like I think that people move different when you're meeting somebody that's like just humble and not coming at you, in terms of networking per se. If I meet somebody, hey bro, I don't have nothing on right now. Like, don't worry about my brand. Just who are you? You know what I'm saying? What you do, how long you been in the city, what you got, you vibing with, let's go out. Let's do some, you know what I'm saying? It's not about, let's not talk business immediately because that's where I feel like when you networking, you really just low key throwing slow jabs at each other. Like, hey man, y'all, I'll net it over X amount of things. Like that's you know what I'm saying. Y'all just slow jabbing, bro. But when you actually just meet somebody and you networking, you really just trying to know what got them where they are and what got me where I'm at, and then how we can
make it
further, push the culture forward. How me listening to his movie tonight is about to make me say, okay, Fly Zone did this. I love how he said he went to Korea and his brand is everywhere, and wherever his brand is, that's home. You see what I'm saying? Okay, how do I infiltrate that into San Antonio's very own? Do I just like with Jordan or anybody in my friends, wherever you go, when you got San Antonio's very own, you should feel at home. You should feel like, hey, this is where I'm from. It's in my essence, but when networking, I feel like you just need to make sure you humble at all times. Nobody needs to be better than the other. And it always needs to be a learning experience wherever you go. Because I do feel like people will put you on pause the moment you start talking about, my podcast got over 700 views last night. What was yours?
Yeah. It's almost like interesting to hear. It's just like, bro, because I mean, like, that's why I say it's so different. That's why I love fashion balances out the stuff I got to deal with music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd advise anybody just to walk up to a rapper. Just do it. Like, if you heard somebody rap, just walk up to them and be like, hey, bro, I used to rap, and just watch what they say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of them going, that's what's up, dog. I just did this. I just did that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 30 bands for the watch. Like, it's almost crazy, and fashion is not like that. Like, and for me, that I know it was easier for me to network because of, but everybody I talk to isn't doing music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I'm networking with, that I'm cool with, has nothing to do with music, and I'm happy about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It makes me happy because I'm not in competition with anybody. Like I said, I want this man to win based off the conversation that he's talking about right now. Like, you could tell a lot about a character of a person by what they wearing and how they talking. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen both with this man. I walked in, he was swagged out. He was quiet, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He wasn't eager, but he was relaxed, and that's dope. That's how you know somebody's solid within themselves.
Yeah.
It's when they wait for you they see you dapping up everybody. Oh, by the way, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's his turn. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that like, bro, what you doing?
Like just let you know,
like it's almost like you're doing too much.
It makes somebody's presence. It makes somebody's presence 10 times more when you know them based on after meeting them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Versus
meeting them.
like, let me not put this like, bro, like we here for the same reason. We having a podcast interview with my man's about clothing brands, etc. Ain't nothing about my brand better than his. Ain't nothing about his brand better than mine. We both here for the same conversation.
And that's how.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you win when you realize stuff like that. And to answer was it a young lady or a dude?
Oh yeah,
To answer the lady's question, which is that's how you change things. Is going in with a different mentality. Don't always go in with I gotta be the best. You gonna be that regardless if that's what you destined to be.
Yeah.
Just do you.
Yeah.
Like, and when you go in with the idea of having other ideas. We all go in with one idea and how we want things to go, but sometimes that ain't our road. Sometimes things open up to different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that with everything. You know what I'm saying? Reason why I keep comparing is because music is fashion, fashion is music. It's the same thing. I never wanted to be the front guy, but it happened that way. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're not the guy though.
And I wanted to expound on one thing when you were saying about like when networking with different brands. I do remember going to a event where I forget the name of this man's brand, bro. He has his table out. I'm looking, everybody like getting it. He's doing amazing deals. And I'm just looking, he had bags and I'm like, just like, bro. And I know I have a clothing brand, but I didn't go on there on that type. I went on there for like whatever they had going on. I think it was like a network of fashion event or something like that, but they had vendors around. And I'm just noticing everybody's vendor booth, but everybody keep going to my man's. I go up to dude and I'm just like, bro. So and I go up to him humble. I don't have no brand on. I'm in a black t-shirt, but I'm a sponge. I'm like, yeah, bro. So what's the brand? Tell me more. Like, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And then after he has given me that information, then I break the ice. Say, hey man, I was just asking because if I would have went up to him like, oh, I have San Antonio's very own. This is who I am. You know, he wouldn't have said anything. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have told me where he got his bags and what was the reason why he did the stuff that he does. You know, but after I broke the ice with him, just being humble, like, hey man, I see everybody coming to your table. What's going on? You know, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And then after we talked, I'm like, man, but honestly, you have a dope brand. What you're doing is dope. I have my own brand. And I was just interested because, bro, like what you're doing is dope. Oh man, yeah, man, appreciate you, whatever. But nobody's gonna give you that information off rip. If you just come up to them on some, yeah, my brand San Antonio's very own. I see what you're doing. Oh, appreciate it, man. Did you want something?
Yeah, instant competition.
Because you don't want to stop
talking.
talking.
Say this though, I have a respect for people. There is brands that use certain things. It's just me. There are brands that use certain things that shit sells on its own, based on you using certain things, certain words.
So what's something that you can? What is those things?
Oh shit, I can say myself.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
My bad, fam. If I put on a shirt that say Jesus, and I'm selling a bunch of shirts that say Jesus, everybody gonna buy it.
Okay.
I don't respect that.
Okay.
Because honestly, you're not supposed to use no like thing that has to do with church or anything like that to be selling anyway. That's just me. So I have a lot more respect when I see people that have like the brand that he created in his mind, and then like Fly Zone was created in my mind. I really sat down and was like Fly Zone, like being in your. So it's certain things that like based upon me being solid in who I am as an individual and how much I care about the things that I wear and how I represent myself, I cannot respect when it comes to certain fashion. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
Have you seen any fashion like that?
I have.
Oh, yes.
I don't like it.
It's a lot. But
like who?
I mean, yeah, bro, like who? But I mean, that's what type of boss they are.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You can identify exactly what he just said. Like if Nipsey dies and you now put Nipsey on the front of the shirt to make sales, the boss that you are you just trying to make profit. You don't give a damn about.
Really, you're not a boss.
You know what I'm saying? You really just trying to make profit, and you just in it for the for the wrong reasons. But I mean, essentially, it's business. If people, like you say, not everybody didn't, but now the fact that people are now being smart and getting lawyers, now people are realizing that, okay, hey, in Fortnite, you just stole my dance.
Yeah, you can
You see what I'm saying? You're making money off of what I've done.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now people are becoming smarter and now patenting their own, bro, the craziest thing I heard the other day was Cardi B had patent her brrr or whatever the hell she, bro, like, what? You know what I'm saying? So now you telling me nobody can't just wake up and just be playing with their mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just little stuff like that where it's just like, bro, so many ways.
But imagine.
See, this is the problem. The thing is, LeBron is bigger than Taco Tuesday. So when LeBron exercises Taco Tuesday, he makes it like a world, like people, millions and millions of people are now like, bro, what is Taco Tuesday? That nobody knew what Taco Tuesday really was. But then you got LeBron that forefronts it. Hey, man, you either need to get that man a portion of that or like, because truthfully, Taco Tuesday has always been, San Antonio, of course. But, bro, come on, you Virginia or you in Washington or you in these small cities and states or large cities and states that don't really have that Mexican culture, bro. What is Taco Tuesday?
Because I didn't learn a lot about none of that till I moved here. Like,
what is Taco Tuesday? Taco Tuesday to us, though, you know what we doing. We going to wherever we go.
Yeah. It's funny when you say that. I feel, especially as Black people here in San Antonio, that we have a sense of dual culture. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like when we talk about the tacos. Matter of fact, earlier you was talking about like when you're out of town and having the shirt on.
Makes San Antonio, bro. I just came out with so I had my winter line. One of my sweaters it says Taco Capital. Like San Antonio's very own. What makes San Antonio San Antonio? You see what I'm saying? Like, so when I wear my stuff, if I have a shirt that says Taco Capital, hey, bro, San Antonio's that's what makes.
So would that be cheating if you put like a Mexican flag or Mexican colors on there?
I would never do something like that. Because first of all, I don't like doing stuff I'm not really versed about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to not be informed. The reason why I put Taco Capital on there is because I know on every corner in San Antonio, you can find a taco truck or you can find a taco spot. Last night at 3 a.m., I went to Eric's Tacos. Hey, bro, like we're tacos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So San Antonio, like you say, you just do what you use strategies that will influx your business. So I do know that our Mexican culture here in San Antonio is deep as hell. So I would be dumb to actually have my coat like I said earlier, my brand is not a cultural brand, but I do know we have a lot of Mexicans in San Antonio. So I do need to cater to them because, bro, they got tattoos of the Spurs logo on the head. We're prideful about San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? So I have to cater to all races, all cultures, all shapes and sizes. You know what I'm saying? Because San Antonio is a broad thing. But and
that's my advice. If you want to do anything, branding anything, you want to make sure that it's abroad, that you could be able to reach other people. You don't want to make it just feel like it's for a certain type of people. Because that's one thing we've had a problem with all brands most of the time is we feel like it ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you feel, and that's why I say anybody can be fly and anybody can be in their own zone. A lot of us be in our own zones half the time. So you know what I'm saying? And like you say, when you feel like this man's brand too, the same thing. You don't got to be in San Antonio to rock it. You know what I mean? But you could feel, you might like the Spurs. You may not even, I don't know how many people I know that love LA from here. Ain't never even been. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you love the Lakers, but you never even been to LA. but they rock LA hats. So it's the same thing what you gonna do for like Fly Zone and my San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go out there and rock it because you just like the brand, you like what it represents.
So how do y'all keep up? How do y'all keep up with the trends?
That's kind of it's some.
Well, for me, it's kind of what he was saying about what he was talking about when he studies, like do your research, like do research. My thing is, to be honest, and now this may sound a little arrogant, but it's almost like when you do have your own brand, you feel like what you think you know about like what's gonna look good. You just be confident, right? So on one of my hoodies on my website, bro, I got this real random ass 7th like on the side, like right here. And I was just like, bro, that's just dope. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you may think. Bro, you're going to look at it, it's dope, bro. But sometimes it's about doing, bro, Kanye West literally got in pajamas and said, I'm going to make this a clothing line. I'm going to make ripped t-shirts live.
I think I'm
going to make fat ass shoes.
Yeah.
The biggest thing since sliced bread.
And niggas was out there rocking the shit.
Niggas is wearing block shoes right now and like,
looking dumb. Now I'm playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's really it's funny because it's like we talk about trends. People are just throwing out anything and just making the shit like dope.
My take on it is like, why follow a wave when you can create your own ocean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you try to follow waves, you're gonna fail every time because you're trying to keep up with something that you just trying to you know what I mean? You make yourself. It's like watching a 40-year-old dude rock a fanny pack. You corny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, like, it's, or it may be how you do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just all, to me, it's all about authenticity. It's all about how you know what I'm saying? It's just about being, like he said, if you do it and you confident in it, it's going to make other people want to be confident in it. You know what I'm saying? I rock stuff that sometimes, like that I probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it fits me, but I'm saying, like, I don't really go out there with the thinking that people going to like it. You know what I'm saying? I think people just see me wear it and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like how you rock certain things. Like I may look at that and be like, yo, like I'll be honest with you. When it came to the fanny packs, I wasn't like
I know fanny
fan. I wasn't
packer.
But yo, like I've got like little bags and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I watch where I rock them because that's just me. You know what I mean? Like I probably caught me in a couple of pictures rocking the joint on my side, like because that's just. You know what I'm saying? I may have seen it worn in confidence, and that's where it comes from for me too. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just put together my outfits, and I'm the what they call the test dummy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll rock it first, and then like when people give me like he said, when I get all the compliments, like yo, when those drop, like they wasn't dropping, but they about to now.
Yeah.
Because it's too many people asking me. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask y'all how deep does it go for y'all? Like does it go as deep as this is the best fabric that feels as good on the skin? Like, how deep does it go for y'all?
For me, it's simply, bro, this is the dopest brand out. It's not like I'm not here to inform you what fabric I use, where I get the ingredients to the Krabby Patty.
Yeah.
That's not my job. My job is to give you the Krabby Patty and have you wonder, bro, what makes this Krabby Patty so good?
So is that not important? How it feels?
It's important to the people that it matters to.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, you know, Steve Jobs ain't out here telling, or not Steve Jobs anymore, but the person that took over, he ain't telling us what's making Apple. You know, he's just giving us iPhones that are the same phone every year, but just with an extra camera. You know what I'm saying? He ain't giving us an inside scoop on, you know, well, we did this study and this study shows that this is this, and those are the ingredients. Now, if I give you the ingredients, then I'm literally just giving you my business.
Yeah.
I'm literally just giving you what makes what I do. You know what I'm saying? What I can do is just keep giving you samples and just be like, hey, look, this is what I have. You like it, buy it. If not, pass on it. But you ain't never gonna get like, you know, hey, bro, let me tell you what fabrics I use. Let me tell you the deal I got with my man that gives me 5 shirts for X amount of dollars, and you know. I'm not here to do all of that. It's still business.
It's not that deep, but I know for like Lisa, you know what I'm saying? She's big on that. Like I've gotten the orders of leggings or whatever, and she like, nah, because she a female. And you know what I'm saying? I have a large female audience. So like,
why is
like,
that, bro?
It's cause like I do.
I was just playing.
Yeah. Oh, I was really about to answer it too. I do female
No, for
music.
real.
Like a lot, but like honestly, like a lot of females come to the show. We even started doing like ladies' nights where we do just all of our R&B rap songs, and when we play old school R&B and play new school R&B for them to feel, you know what I'm saying? We pass out roses in the crowd and all types of stuff. And but yeah, like she'll tell me sometimes like a woman's not gonna wear this. Like she'll tell me strong like a woman's not gonna wear this. Like I'm gonna just be honest with you, like, and I'm like, wow, why wouldn't they put it on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she like, I'm just telling you, like, as me as a woman, if I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Even the way I would do things, I'm just like, let's just put it. She like, no, like it's, you know what I mean? For a woman, it really is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you cater into that to both, you know, for a dude, I never known a dude to ask me, hey dog, what kind of cotton is that? Like I never known.
It's soft, bro.
If he asked me, I'd probably be like, bro, like, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But like, it is different. So, and I've learned that, you know what I'm saying? I've learned to be more sensitive to the fact. It could be kind of like sometimes because it takes time for you to drop. You know what I mean? You got certain dates you want to drop. You got ways you want to do things, and just because of the woman's intuition, sometimes you got to go by like, let me wait. You know what I'm saying? So, and it comes with just being eager, being ready, being, you know what I mean? But like, I just think, like he said, you know what I'm saying? It just, you don't want to give away that. Sometimes you really can't overthink it. Sometimes you really just have to drop something and let people know. I think this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, my idea for my campaign for the new Fly Zone stuff is going to be dope because it shows all that. It shows different races. It shows women, shows men, shows old people, new white folks, black folks, Chinese folks, all types of different things. You know what I'm saying?
Is there something else y'all want to talk about as far as fashion that I may have missed? No?
What we here
I
for?
have a question. Well, you kind of just answered it, but for you, do you do a whole rollout when you're releasing a new collection, or do you just release it?
No, so I do a rollout. Like I mean, this is funny. I'm about to tell y'all this. So, rollout is just basically like having different pieces of merchandise or different pieces of looks that you like are given to people prior to it coming out, right? So like a warm up. So like this. And I mean, I'm sorry, like if my daughter ever hears this when she gets older, she will be funny, but like she kind of put a pause on what I was trying to do because of the whole little situation. But like I was gonna do a remake of Bring It On commercial where the Clovers was doing like brr, it's cold in here. I was gonna do like a whole San Antonio's very own swag to it, like brr, it's cold in here. It must be some Savo in the atmosphere. And it was about to be lit. But unfortunately, I could not do it. But as far as the preparation, those are the type of things that I think about because I'm really good at marketing and how to get people's attention and make it catchy. Like, so for example, if I did do that commercial, people would have already realized like, oh, like this is from Bring It On. And then they would have been able to, it would have been catchy. Like, and so now you thinking about it like, oh, like now you cheering it almost, you know what I'm saying? And that's just fresh on your mind. So like in terms of rollouts, like I prepare for it. I see what I like. I do have women, of course, around me as well that I'm like getting their opinions and their takes on certain things. And then I'll be like, all right, but I'm ultimately making the decision. And then we'll have like a push out, like, hey, look, December 3rd, we coming out with this. Be on the lookout. Have your Instagram notifications ready. I'm tagging everybody and their mama, like it's about to go down type thing. And I think like that's just the grind I put behind any rollout or anything that I do regarding my brand.
What was it? What was the question that you had? Yeah. Okay. Switch it up a little bit. Would y'all rather be rich or famous?
Rich.
Rich? Why?
Because fame, it just it only lasts for so long and it's not important. What do you need fame for? What is it? You know what I mean? To be rich is just you can do something with that. To me, you can give back to your family, your family's family. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything with fame. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like a trend. You better keep up with it because everybody's getting fame. You're not the only one that's gonna have fame. You know what I'm saying? But you might be the only one that have the type of money you have, depending on what your brand looking like.
What about you?
I would say the same thing, or not say either. I hope there was other option, but I'd rather be rich for sure.
So I
if
mean,
there was another option, what would you want that to be?
Comfortable.
Outside of rich and famous, I mean, I'd rather just be, like he said, probably just. I don't like the word comfortable, but I'd rather just be able to live within my means.
I don't know, man. I feel a little differently about it because I feel like a person who's famous almost will never be broke. I mean, people who have been broke, look how they not broke no more. MC Hammer, like because of the fame, just because you're known everywhere.
It's a lot of famous people that went broke.
Right, but the thing is, they'll always have opportunity because of the fame. You know what I'm saying? Always have opportunity somewhere with somebody.
I would rather be wealthy.
Okay, but see, the thing is, you can lose that wealth. You've seen it.
See the difference between rich.
Okay,
between rich and wealthy.
Okay.
Wealthy is almost like having a like growing your own farm. Like you built this. You know what I'm saying? Rich is almost like you got it because like your dad gave it to you, not because you built it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Well,
like I've nurtured this grass. I've seen it grow. So I will always have this farm to go back and get wealth. I know how to get it.
So you want to be wealthy?
Rich? Oh hell yeah! Because wealthy is
What I meant by comfortable kind of was it ties in there, but I meant like I meant like comfortable as far as like you don't have no worries.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're not worried about when the mortgage due, what your daughter. Yeah, financial freedom is what I'm talking about. That's comfortable. Yeah, like waking up in the morning knowing that bills bills is paid, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been doing music full time for 2 years, and I'm good, but I still wake up worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I gotta grind. I gotta get up at like 7:30 every morning. Like I need to get it, even though you know what I'm saying. I know exactly what I need to do, but it's still a worry. It's like, bruh, I gotta make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm good. You know what I mean?
A while back, you kind of made a post saying that pretty much a woman acts the way she's been treated. You know what I'm saying?
I did?
You did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you was pretty much saying that
I post a lot of stuff.
He did his research.
Yeah. Question though, do y'all think that the way a woman treats you during a relationship has a lot to do with her prior relationships or how she was raised?
I think it could be both. I think it depends on the woman too. Like she said, I think that a woman is most of the time, most women, right? And not because they follow men, but because most women are, when a woman loves you, she loves you. It's the same reason why people ask a woman, how could you take him back and cheated on you 4 times? But see, a woman sees you for the greater person that they know you can be, not for the stupid stuff you're doing right now. A woman will put up with such a man's bullshit, and he'll put her through so much bullshit until one day he decides to grow up, and she'll still be there. And he'll be like, man, he'll start doing all the things he should have did in the beginning. Like, yo, I'm sorry. She'll be like, I know, because she's been waiting on you to be that. And I think that a woman, a lot of times, is a reflection of her, not only her upbringing, but too past relationships too. Like she may not, now some women, they be on that F dudes get money because that's truly what they want. You know what I'm saying? But you got some women that have been heartbroken before, but know the risk of love, because that is love. That's what I've learned about love. Love is love. Love is it's a gamble. It's a roll of the dice. You can hit snake eyes and you can hit a 7. That's what love is. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, every time you get hurt, say, I'm never gonna love again. You gotta roll that dice again, because you may hit snake eyes this time, but you might hit a 7 the next time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that us men, they say, you know, a man runs the world, but it wouldn't spin without a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman literally is every strong man that you see running a great business right now has a strong woman behind him. For Obama, Michelle Obama, he wouldn't have became president had she not pushed him and said, you can do this. Jay-Z wouldn't be Jay-Z if Beyonce didn't tolerate nothing and was telling and told him. I still believe that. No, I'm saying he would have been Jay, but But I'm thinking about it.
Well,
He
she
would've
did. She
elevated.
did elevate,
He
just like
would've
Cardi
elevated.
elevated Offset for sure.
That's
I
what I'm
would,
saying.
I would say that I would say her upbringing would be my answer because that I look at that as wealth. Like that was how you was grown.
Okay.
Like that, your experiences are coming from where and how you was raised.
Mhm.
So for example, if you was a child that was raised and you moved a lot, you weren't really consistent, you didn't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you just kind of had breakfast and lunch, you never really came home. Like a lot of those things, like people fail to realize like that's 1 year of your life, 2 years of your life, 3 years of your life, and however old you become until you get in a relationship. So for example, say a girl gets in a relationship first when she's like 17, right? That's 16 years of how she was raised. See what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me in that 17th year, that was your experience to where it changed your whole dynamic of how you look at relationships? Nah. Them 16 years prior is how you got into what you got into when you was 17. So I would say that's kind of how I look at it, because the way, like I feel like myself, I feel like a lot of the reasons and decisions that I make is solely based on my upbringing. Has nothing to do with my experiences. I take accountability for the things and the decisions that I have made from my experiences, but I do know that majority of why I do, and what I do, it solely comes on a lot of the way I was raised, like at home, through church and everything
This is why
else.
I think that's such a broad question, though, because then I feel like, how do you explain women that had a horrible upbringing but still became outstanding women as far as in their relationships? You see what I'm saying? It does have to do with,
But that may have to do with a man showed her how to be the
or
outstanding
if
woman.
she saw what she is. Sometimes you learn from your environment what you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? If you look up your street and you see a drug dealer, and you look up the street and you see a pimp, and you honestly think like, I don't want to be either one of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I want to be better. But you have to have the strength to believe that you could be better. And that's what a woman gives a man ultimately confidence, and a man gives a woman strength. You know what I'm saying? When a woman, it's hard to be a woman, period, in any industry. I believe that. You know what I mean? Rap, they trying to fuck if you want to record. I'm just being honest if we talking real. You know what I'm saying? Like they want anything that you want to do as a woman. They want to.
I got one for y'all. So is pussy better than money?
No.
What?
Well,
you don't think so?
Well, no, I take that back.
I think it get you. It can get you in anywhere.
Okay, like it depends, because if I'm with a queen, she don't have pussy.
I know, I understand that,
So
but I'm saying, but listen, knowing that that's what makes the world goes round. Look, knowing that that's what makes the world go round. Is it more? No.
What I say?
No, but I'm saying from a woman, this is true. She said if you don't have no money, you can't get no pussy. But I'm saying from a woman's perspective. I'm saying from her from the woman's perspective that has it. I'm saying what I'm saying is from the woman having it, knowing that that's what makes the world go around. Really, you know what I'm saying?
I say that too, though.
I think it bro.
Is it better than money?
I will say this.
They do.
That the thing that they possess can
get you
lift
anywhere.
You,
they can get you anywhere.
Or it can, bro.
Yeah.
To every great
Wars.
man, exactly. So to every great man, there is the fall is from behind a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
They can.
I think I'd rather have.
It could be very uplifting, and it could be very.
I think it's better to get money with a woman, like to get
for sure.
like build an empire type shit.
But that just proves more of the point that everything's better with the woman.
What did you say? Hold on. What did you say?
It's how he said all the men's downfall was because of the woman.
Right.
So whose fault is that? The woman or the man?
No, that's because she got something that's better than money.
But it didn't have to be your downfall because of it, though.
Yeah, you fell into that trap.
I'm saying to every great fall of a man, like if you look at King Kong, if you look at every movie where there's a man that is of power, it comes to a fall of a woman.
It's a very dangerous
the Adam and Eve. You go Adam and Eve. What's my man off of my man that just lost $1 billion?
Oh yeah, from Amazon.
bro,
he got to be more.
you can be up there. Like,
can.
you know what I'm saying? Like what he said, to every great man is a great woman.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the thing that they possess between their legs can be very
All I know is you can
deadly
lose
or uplifting.
You can lose a lot of money chasing pussy, but you will never lose a lot of pussy chasing money.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah, that's coming from the male perspective. That's when I state my question is more or less coming, I guess, maybe from the woman's perspective.
Like a
Is it better than money? You know.
Well,
That is okay. Well, then maybe I'll pose the question to the wrong people. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure pussy has gotten y'all places. You know what I mean? Not in the sense of
wow.
I'm just saying though, it does. A pretty face, being a woman. I'm so let's just say being a woman. Yes, being a woman.
Back to clothing.
Yes.
Me as a woman in this business, from dance, manager, radio, I mean, I've wear many hats. When I in this business, and just as a woman, period, I make it very known that when you come at me as a man, you're gonna know it's business, and you're gonna respect me because I can do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You will never. For me, I'm speaking on me and other women who feel like me. This right here will not be my reason why I excel ever. Anybody who knows
This
me,
is true.
Anybody who knows me knows that.
But that doesn't stop me.
Like me. Now, because there's two kinds of women. There's women who do that, and I don't judge. I'm not a judgmental person. There's women like us who this is who we are. I talk to people in neighborhoods where I grew up in, very bad, respect me. I have people who high industry who hang with Jay-Z people respect me. Because when you come at Lisa, you're gonna respect me for who I am and what I do.
I will say too, there was a story I gotta tell you. It's a quick story too. We was walking and we opened. I wasn't even supposed to open for the show. A partner of mine actually was opening up for the show and told me, "Yo, Strong, I want to do our song." And I was like, "All right." So I told her, you know what I'm saying. So we went and it was day 26. They was performing. They used to be the group that was singing with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Diddy had signed them or whatever. So they singing or whatever. So she goes to the back because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? She has me working with like some industry people I probably never would have met. You know what I mean? Like, so we go to the back. She happened to know some of the management. She was talking and like, I guess like there was a lot of girls going back there too, just to be on some groupie shit. So she was walking out and like, I don't think she was too conscious of what she was, of where she was at when she said it, but she knew she was there, but like, she was just like, "Excuse me, how y'all doing?" I was just wondering. She was like, and then day 26, they was turned around. They was a little turn after they show. And she was like, "Listen, I'm not the groupies over here. I'm just here to present y'all with," and then like all the groupies on the side was like,
felt some type of way.
Like, I thought that shit was funny because I'm like,
but it's funny to that story because Will from the group, he's like, come here, come here.
I just thought it was hella hilarious.
Yeah.
It was just like, and like I said, it was nothing against those women. It's just that no matter where I go, I make it very known. Like you say, the peak gets you. No, it doesn't. For me, it's my hard work. I came in with my knowledge. I came in with showing you who I was as a woman and what I presented. You know what I'm saying? Like in what I'm trying to attack. You know what I'm saying?
Like ultimately, it's funny how that's always the scenario. That pussy and money is right next to each other. Money, what do they say? Money runs the world. So if you're equivalating both of them, then you're saying pussy runs the world.
They do.
But ultimately, there's power in numbers. You feel me? As a woman, as you know, for me in my view, I've seen that the majority of women have sold themselves on our prized possession, on what we can offer it for a man. You know what I mean? That's what we sell ourselves on, as the majority. For me, there has to be more women to set themselves aside to know that we are just more equivalent as any power in the world. God gave us that. God gave it right for us. You know what I mean? There's not enough women who preach that. You know what I mean? For me, I've created myself. I created myself. You know what I mean? And I come from circumstances that set a lot of boundaries on myself. You know what I mean? Or I was around a lot of people who viewed women in that same perspective. And I've seen that. And I saw how many women fell within that trap. So for me, I looked at that and I was like, nah, that's not how it is. Now I hold myself on a certain degree. I'm in business. I'm in the music industry. I'm in a lot of different industries. I wear a lot of different hats. And it's about grounding yourself. As a man, you have pride. That's something that you're born with. as a woman, if we realize that we can have that same power, that honestly we're not born because we were born to assist men, to assist our loved ones, you know what I mean? And we realize that we can gain that same power, that's what you hold within yourself. You know what I mean?
But y'all have that same power. Is it just now y'all haven't realized it?
No,
Just
no,
haven't
no,
realized
we do, but saying like
majority
organically, naturally, but when we as women, we're here to serve men like that. We serve our men, but in the way like she explained it. But yeah,
Not a
yes.
service.
Well, and Hispanic culture, we
It's
say
it,
serve, but
it's
it's
it.
the same thing.
You know what I mean? It's
Well,
always
I'm just saying
Yeah.
because some people will take that word
Right,
serving
right.
and think it means.
Right.
Yeah, and it is ultimately because if you take the definition of serving, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? But in my ultimatum, you know what I mean, there has to be more women to set themselves aside. And for me and everything that I do, I push that. You know what I mean? Because it's sad. It's like we're living where our world has never been in the depths of how far we are. You talk about our ancestors. You know what I mean? There's many things that like we're falling further and further and further behind because we're not taking stand. You know what I mean? As a man, you got to take stand. As a woman, we have to take stand. So
Right.
it's just a matter of when and how you're gonna do that.
Right.
And I think it's
all
all about balance too. It's all about balance. Like
Yeah.
it's about not thinking you above a woman and a woman being able to have the same confidence as a guy, but still knowing how to nurture the guy when he needs it, because we do need it. We too many dudes out here thinking that we don't need women. Like, bro, we need women for certain things and women need us for certain things. That's just the balance of the universe. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I don't care what the woman means to you in your life, whether she your girlfriend, your wife, your cousin, your mother. Some woman is helping nurture you. Otherwise, you a dead plant. You just gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I've learned, if we really talking about like just learning how to like take simple things like take care of myself, what medicine to grab when I need it. Like those things were taught to me by women. You know what I mean? Like confidence. A woman built that in me. You know what I mean? Like I think that it's all balance. I think that, you know what I'm saying, especially nowadays, that we live in a world today where a woman can be just as powerful as a man, if not more powerful. There are women that are top CEOs of top 500 companies. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand that it's not how it used to be. It's different now. So at the level of respect, it's about respect and it's about balance. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how you really, and when it goes, if we talking about the thing in between their legs, when it comes to that, when you find a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think the more appropriate question is just having someone to knock down and then somebody you could build with. It's a different type of sex too. Because
that's true.
Pussy's pussy. You ever heard that line? Pussy's only pussy, and
but it's not. But it's not.
It can be though. I mean, but I'm saying, but it can be. But for the most part, it's the same. But what I'm saying is that what makes it different is the woman that's carrying it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like this woman that got her shit together, you may have sex with her and then have sex with a woman who ain't got shit together and she all about drama. This feels better.
Nah, the one with the drama probably felt better. You know the crazy one, always the one. That's funny. You know, I want to talk back on what you had said about pretty much making the man respect you. But you know what you got to add to that? Even though you made him respect you, if he wants you, he's still gonna do whatever it takes to get you, regardless of the fact. Like he's still gonna wine and dine you, even though you told him all what you told him. You probably told him straight up you ain't never gonna get it. He still probably gonna give you them private flights. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna try to get. He gonna try to impress you. He's still gonna. That's what I'm saying. I just want to show the power of it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you said what you had to say, he's still gonna try.
But is that necessarily based on our power, just the fact that y'all thirsty?
But why are we thirsty? That's power. That's power to make me thirsty. You know what I mean? That's I think that's power
Just
right
the
there.
fact you're thirsty.
But a lot of women take advantage of that.
Yeah, I don't blame him either.
You have to understand for me, and seeing that, like, if you're a man and I see that that's something that gets you off, you feel me? There's a lot of women who take advantage of that, and that's what keeps them ahead of you. And it's in that sense where you really have to break it down. Yeah, you feel
The
me?
thing is, like,
You just got
some men, we talking about the thing between their legs, it starts here.
Yeah.
You gotta look at this between their legs. Start with their brain first. Some dudes just want to jump right in.
But that's of our nature, you know what I mean? And God said it, you know what I mean? Men were born with the temptation in their blood that they can never lose.
We were born to mate. That's what it was.
That's true, you know what I mean? That's truth in it, but it's like What are you hungry for? What do you want? And that's the beautiful thing in life, is the free will that we're all given. You know what I mean? All of us are given the power to decide what we want to do. You could wake up in the morning and decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do with it. That's free will. You know what I mean? That's the most powerful. If you ask me, fuck the money, fuck the fame, fuck all that. I got choice. I have reason. You know what I mean? I'm built like that. So, you know, it's like, what can you do with that? You know what I mean? That's where it comes from. In all ultimatum, like, fuck everything else. Like, we got power and you have power. And that's what we need to push to others. People need to realize the power that they have. You know what I mean? Women, since we're in a culture based off of women, we got what we have. You know what I mean? People are pushing that. So that's why when women are walking around, they walk around flaunting themselves, walking around like they plastic, you know what I mean? Doing all that. That's built because society has built that on them, but all within something that restrains us, because they know how powerful as a woman we could be, because we can think on both sides. You feel me? There's many things that I'm breaking down within my own head, from certain things that I've seen within our culture, within our community, within a worldwide basis, you know what I mean? And that's why it's like, it's all about speaking. These are positive questions, you know what I mean? So it's all, you asked the right question.
What's your name?
What's that?
We gonna have her on the next podcast.
I support Calvin and everything he has, you know. So for me, it's like when I meet certain individuals who have vision, that's what it sets people aside. It's people with dreams and people with visionaries. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like dreams come amongst ourselves. Visions are given from my belief, from God. You know what I mean? So it's like when somebody's given a vision and you hear them, because it's crazy right now. God has been curating leaders over years. You've gone through circumstances. Throughout all these years, I've gone through my pain. You know what I mean? And throughout this lifetime, I'm like, I'm only 21 years old. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, how come I keep on getting put down? You feel me? How come people keep hurting me when I'm around? You know what I mean? I keep it 100 with everybody who I come with. How come I keep on taking the low end on the stick? And it's because all of this is getting to a certain peak. And now leaders are rising. It's at a peak because something else that's very close is finna happen. You know what I mean? So right now it's where we need to stay grounded. It's where we need to unify. You know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle, we were talking about Nipsey, you know what I mean? I don't believe that his life got taken for no damn reason. Not because look at how many people rep Crenshaw. Look at how many people are on a conscious note that they're searching for that. But Nipsey's been here. Nipsey's been speaking to us. You know what I mean? Nobody listened, so God had to take that life. And he and his family, they had to take that down. You know what I mean? They had to take that L because so many other people had to open their eyes and realize. And it shouldn't have to come to that. It should not have to come to that. So it's like this is, you know what I mean? Divine intervention.
Got real
Hey, man.
Since the minute that y'all curated this, you know what I mean? Your questions, you know what I mean? It's all within divine reason. And when we align ourselves, knowing that every step that we take is strategized, you know, when we strategize ourselves, you know that every step could be effective, you know, because all of us are moving. You're not thinking about the effect that it can take. Once you look into yourself, you correlate and you correspond like, all right, this move is gonna affect. This move is gonna make something happen.
And see, this is the type of thing where, like, you know what I'm saying? This is why it should be categories. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm talking about is because what she's explaining and how she's talking to you, 21, right? 21. She's 21 years old. I can guarantee that over half the 21-year-olds are not speaking like this in this city, in this world. And I'm just being honest with you. Whatever she's been, and by the way she's talking,
you better be careful, boy. She's about to have you sprung, boy.
And what I'm saying is that this is what I was trying to explain to my mom one time. It's like I hope she's listening because this is what I was trying to explain to her one time. Because she said something, I think we had a conversation about bitches, hoes, women, and queens. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this is because she said,
there's
well,
difference.
like when you say that. I said, well, you don't like it because you are assuming that everybody's in the same pot. I'm not, people say, well, would you call your mother that? No, because my mom's not a bitch or a hoe. You know what I'm saying? She's not even a woman, she's a queen. She's deemed that, she's raised me. You know what I'm saying? This woman right here is 21 years old and already deemed herself in a conversation that she's a queen. This woman over here, queen. All the women in here right now, even the men, we're carrying ourselves as decent people within our society and what we believe in and moving forward with what we believe in. You know what I'm saying? And having open, I think that there are categories. There are women though that will put on a pair of headphones ass naked on Facebook and be like, I love these headphones. But you didn't have
thirst traps.
Yeah, it's niggas that be on there or women holding the pillow showing everything but her parts,
Mhm.
and then they'll say, "I love this pillow," and then corny niggas will hop on there and say, "I wish I was a
She
pillow."
was
Why
just-
the fuck would you think he was a pillow?
She's doing her powers. That's the powers right there. That
But
she's
I'm
making the
saying,
powers
but
work.
I don't. But you got women who can be fully covered and just be just as sexy, and that's a queen. You know what I'm saying? A woman who carries themselves a certain way can be sexy.
Look,
you don't
look,
gotta be
look.
fully naked.
Hoes are important too. Don't act like they ain't. Okay, I'm just saying.
For their job.
For their job. Okay.
Now
Right. So you learn.
I'm
I
not
know
excluding
she's quiet
them.
over there.
He's a look.
Hey, I was picking these conversations.
Uh-huh.
Really important, like how you said, every move that you make is important, and the impact it makes, and that is relates to where when I told you when I come in the room and what I represent, it's not just about the business. It's me as my foundation. It's me. Yes, I'm all about what you do now is what you create for later. So if I come in the room and I'm a certain way with you, that's going to be your first impression of me always. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm creating my future by what my foundation is and what I learned from my past. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's super important to me. And that was very dope how she said that. And a lot of women, it's important for us to speak that, like she said, because there's just so many different kinds of women. But it's important for us to show.
And definitely, and especially, there's certain morals and values that are set upon you from experiences. So if you've gone through, and it's sad because so many people can go through the same experience but not embrace it. So many people can go through a certain circumstance and not understand it. But it's all within value, you know what I mean? And that's what I've realized, and I'm just only growing more for myself, you know what I mean? And learning that, and it's about, like, for everybody, whether you're a woman or a man, just know that tomorrow's another day, and tomorrow could be your day, you know what I mean? And that's what I chase for. And people aren't consistent. People don't hustle, you know?
Yeah.
So
Kind of off the question that you and with this that you asked him, or what you were talking about earlier about the experience and how they were raised. For me, it's both, because I was raised understanding good value and good foundation, but my experiences, I didn't have the best experiences. I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods. I can't really say anything about because I can't put it out there, but I was in a very bad situation. I had men running up inside our house for certain reasons, nothing to do with us, but I was in very bad experiences, and I saw what I did not want to be. But I knew where I came from, and I knew how to present myself. And that's where it came from, because if you were to know the depth of what and where I come from, you wouldn't even be like, what? Like, but I learned what I did not want to be, and I learned what I needed to do to be opposite of that. And you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was both, because God rest my soul, mom, she was a beautiful mom, and she raised me to be a very valuable woman, you know, but like I said, my experiences, unfortunately, were not the best. So I balanced the both, and it created who I wanted to be moving forward. And I had to learn a lot about myself, and you know, still learning, of course. But
All right, guys. Social medias. It's okay. Social medias.
Shit, my Instagram.
You gotta follow that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm who can, CalCan is my personal Instagram. My business Instagram is San Antonio's very own CO. Website sanantoniosveryown.com. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
My Instagram is official HighStrung. My Twitter is official strong. That's HIGHSTRUNG. My YouTube is youtube.com/HighStrung official. You know what I'm saying? And
You spell HighStrung,
HIGHSTRUNG.
Oh, I see you right here. Oh, hey, first person that popped up.
Bet.
And then
Where can they also find y'all's brands again?
oh, and also, so my brand, you can, right now I'm doing everything because our website, official HighStrung, is under construction. So if you want any gear, just hit me up on Instagram in the inbox, or you can hit me up under flyzone_clothing. You know what I'm saying? And if you do have Fly Zone, I will post your picture on that website. As long as you're wearing it, I will post your picture. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
And also I have the Fly Zone shirts here. This is these are just the tees with the platinum FZ.
Yes, you can.
You know what I'm saying? These are the tees with the platinum FZ that I have. You know what I'm saying? I always drop t-shirts.
Dang, I kind of want to give them away, but I kind of want one for myself. How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
Take one, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might just give away one of the other ones myself. Do you?
Nah,
do you
yeah. I brought it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was the point. But dang,
I
got mine.
But
You can give away the other one if you want to now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, and more importantly, I just want to, before we leave, again, go back to saying that, as far as my brand, man, it just means being fly in your own zone. It means having confidence. So, when you purchase it, just don't think that I'm out to get your money, or don't think that just know that I want you to rock this with confidence, and I want you to feel great when you rock it. And I want you to rock it for you, not even for me. You know what I'm saying? Rock it for yourself. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at the end of the day, you want something that represents you. You want something that means something, that has true meaning behind it. And I'm not telling that don't have to be Fly Zone, but I'm letting you know that's what Fly Zone means.
There we go.
San Antonio's very own.
San Antonio's very own.
As far as I did tell AC, so I mean, if you're watching, you have a discount code, SAVO, SAVO. That should get you, I believe, $5 off. And then if you put season SZN and make sure everything is capitalized, you'll get free shipping. So then that's going to be going until December 31st. So if you're watching and you want some merchandise, you can go there. And very periodically, if you follow the Instagram, I'll do like free giveaways and stuff like that myself. I'm just like, if you just tag or do a post about the brand or whatever, you'll get you could get like phone cases or t-shirts and all types of stuff. So like I do stuff like that very occasionally.
All right.
I have any questions for him
Got any questions for me?
or each other?
Just great interview.
Yeah, like real talk. This was dope. I definitely applaud this podcast, Radioactive Podcast.
Sure.
Shout out. This was definitely a great experience.
What you're doing on your platform is great. You know what I mean?
I sure appreciate that, man.
Give you the advice that I give anybody, man, especially for somebody doing this, is don't quit it. You know what I mean? The greatest thing you could ever do for yourself is not give up. And you know what I'm saying? What you're doing is dope, because it's not being done. You know what I mean? More people going to know about my San Antonio and Fly Zone now because, the simple fact of the things that you've asked and the way you asked. You can do a lot of interviews, but they don't ask the right questions.
Right questions, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
My sister be on it.
I
My
think
sister
y'all
be
are a great combination together because I feel like you said, y'all are not here to attack each other, and the things that you are going after is sowing seeds into the community and into places that y'all go, people, y'all, different things that y'all are doing. You would reaching out to companies, and y'all both doing schools, and you with music and everything like that. I feel like it's dope, and then y'all come together like it really is something.
You do.
Oh no, yeah, he don't know it yet, but we about to work.
I was really about to ask y'all that. Like, y'all do some type of crossover someday or
I
something?
mean, to be honest, I'm all for all of that, because like what she just said, like I feel like what both of us are doing is bigger than what we're, who we are, right?
You know what? I made a post the other day saying, who all has brands in San Antonio, and I got like 70 hits, right? You can always do another show and just have, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's brand.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Those are opportunities to grow, So it's like, bro, I can do so much, but bro, I will be exhausting myself if I actually, did, certain things. I'm more, and I talk to my mom about this all the time, bro. My mom is so like, Calvin, let me help you do that. I'm like, no, like, I want this done this way. Like he said, this shit is my baby. Other than my daughter, this is like my child, bro. Like, you will not interrupt or interfere with what, you know what I'm saying? So any opportunity to grow.
Think that's all parents. My mom would do that too. She'd be like, you should drop it where it say this. I'm like,
and I did want to say though, to your viewers though, like if you are interested in clothing and you're interested in what we're both talking about, because like I said, we're on two different platforms, but at the same time, if you are interested, like if you want to do clothes, like, and you want to be in this industry, be serious, be patient, be passionate, you know, and really do your research. Cause dog, I have mentors, and I'm tired of having people.
Who are your
go through the same
mentors?
thing.
Who are your mentors?
So actually, happy birthday to my mentor. Actually, my mentor is David Godsey and Justin Martin. They own the biggest black-owned law firm in the state of Texas. So you have Thomas J. Henry, like they talk that bag. Like they are in Dallas and in Houston. And funny thing that a lot of people thought that the Breakfast Club coming to San Antonio was like good, you know, and it is good. But I want people to notice in terms of business, that means San Antonio is booming. It's deep. It's you think, oh shit, Breakfast Club coming here, oh we lit. Like no, people are moving to San Antonio because San Antonio is a very big city and people are thriving in business here. So Toyota's coming here, States, like all of these companies are coming to San Antonio. And regardless if y'all believe it or not, get ahead of the game. Like what we're doing now, if you have a business or a small business, or you trying to start one, it needs to be done now. Because in the next 10 to 5 years or 5 to 10 years, bro, people are here. And now we have an audience. And now you have an opportunity to been able to have Sustain and Fly Zones here in the next 10 years. And he's now on BET and he's now whatever. And San Antonio's behind him. Like people are here. People are coming here. And if you don't know that, see the construction that's going on.
Get lost in the juice.
Oh, all Austin's hangover coming to San Antonio. Austin cannot hold that many people, bro. People are moving to San Antonio, commuting to Austin, like going to Austin for work. But off that, just anybody that's interested, like definitely do your research. Do it right the first time.
There we go.
Like as my mentors would tell me, like you have a lot of people that just claim that they do shit. Finish what you say. Don't be that person that washing your clothes and have 3 loads left and only fold 1 load. Like if you don't even finish your clothes, you will never finish anything. Like if you don't even say I'm gonna wash my clothes today and don't finish it, like bro, you're not a finisher. So
You're not a closer.
Be serious, bro. Anybody that's really starting to start business and getting this business vibe, like bro, be serious. Finish what you say you're gonna do. And be able to be one of these companies that's here for the long haul.
Tomorrow's only guaranteed for those who prepare for it today.
Yeah, wow. All right, y'all, man. It's Radioactive. Peace.